My name is Melissa Koshar. I teach 8th grade at Memorial, and this is an 8th grade honors English class. Today they are working on creating their very own children's book. And this has been an ongoing process that they're in the middle of. But we've been going through the steps of project-based learning to get to this point.
We have to put certain literary elements into our stories, so trying to teach us how to use that and put it in textual context.
Throughout the year we do a lot with analytical writing and expository writing, different types of writing that are more formal. And so this was a way for them to be more creative but approach a lot of the narrative writing standards that we need to address, and also really apply some of the things we've talked about throughout the year. They have a lot of requirements, not only with plot elements and characters and setting, but with themes and incorporating figurative language and imagery.
Our story is about 4 outcasts. There's a firefly whose light can't glow, there's a tree who can't grow, there's a chameleon who can't change colors, and there's a kangaroo who can't jump, and they all learn to accept themselves and they all become friends.
It's a great project for both language arts skills in terms of writing, but also those 21st century skills, learning to work with a partner and collaborate, communicate with one another. If they chose to do digital stories, they had to do some research for programs they want to use and enhance those skills in terms of technology.
We did a fictional story. We're using Story Jumper. It's an online website that lets you create books. They have props and scenes, everything you can use. Our story, the main theme is friendship, and it's essentially about a bottle who comes to life and becomes friends with this lonely child.
I love seeing their ideas come full circle when the books are completed, and then taking them to read at Garfield, Fairfax, and Hopkins, getting to see them interact with the little kids. That's their authentic audience for the whole project-based learning experience, and that's kind of their driving focus. That really helps give them a purpose for their writing, an audience for their writing, and that's what they're really thinking about throughout this whole process, is what this end product will be like for the kids.
I'm just excited to read to the kids and see if they like it or not, because we spent a long time putting the story together and illustrating it. I want to see how the final product turns out.
We're basically just walking around and listening to people's books that they made, and I really like the pictures. That's what I can tell you. They're very good. I can't read, and when other people read, it makes me learn how to read.
What does cautious mean? Cautious means to be careful, Mama explained.
Getting to see it all come together today is the best part for me, because my kids are excited, the elementary students are excited, and it's just so much fun to see it come together, and they're so proud of what they did, and that's what means the most to me. I want them to be proud of their work because they worked so hard on it. I kept telling them, you can do anything you want to do. So some students chose to do digital stories online. Many students chose to create handmade books. Some of the ones that did digital stories also had them printed from the company Story Jumper, so they have a hard copy to keep, which is really neat. I had one group use an app called Paper 53 to create all of the images, and then they printed it to create their book. Some of them created puppets to go with their book. They have things to hand out to the kids. I mean, they're just so into it and really want to bring the stories to life for the kids.
Our book is Choose Your Own Adventure, so we let the kids choose where Michael goes to look for his best buddy.
This is the first time it's not just a peer, another 8th grader reading it or an adult reading it. So this is their biggest critic, basically. So they were really excited, though. And especially going back to the feeder schools, they were really excited to go to Fairfax and Hopkins and Garfield and get to go back to the schools that they once were students at.
The best feedback was, that's hard. was probably this whole group of students we were reading to. They all said, "What a great book!" all at once. It was really cool. I liked them smiling. It was really cool to see that they liked our book. It was a lot of work.